travel collections, a unique narrative of passing down hobbies came together. Extensively and had a habit of bringing some of it back with them, like bringing postcards, art, or art prints. One such art was in the form of photographs. In those days, photography was not only an expensive but also an exclusive affair. It was not as accessible as it is now. Mahesh Pattani, son of Anantrai Pattani, was a photography enthusiast. He was interested in photographing people, birds, and buildings. His collection of cameras was then passed on to his son Kumar Pattani, who also developed a knack for photography, documenting his life in London, his family and friends, and his travels across Europe. Mahesh Bhai's interest in photography also leads to the setting up of Kumar Studio in Bhavnagar. The studio was established in 1954 by Kantilal Maganlal Joshi, who was friends with Mahesh Pattani. એમના સ્ટુડિયોના વિવિધ સામાન અને સામગ્રી લંડનથી કુમાર પરણી પાસે મંગાવેલા અને આ પછી કાંતિલાલ ભાઈએ આ સ્ટુડિયોને કુમાર પરણીનું જ નામ આપ્યું. કાંતિલાલભાઈ સરદાર પટેલ અને ગાંધીજીના પણ ફોટા પાડતા અને તેમણે તે સમયની સ્વતંત્રતાની રાજકીય ચળવળની પણ નોંધ કરી. Kantilal used to visit Patni family home frequently, and this must have led to him documenting the house, Juno Bungalow, sometime in 1961. Each photo has meticulous notes mentioning all the different views and spaces of the house. Such old collections have been a great source of information in resurrecting the architectural memory of the bygone homes and those times. Another family member who was equally interested in this art form was Sashikant Pattani, the other grandson of Sir Pattani. Jaganbhai Pattani, son of Shashikant Pattani, speaks of his father and his interests in photography. Like a child picks a toy, my father picked up a camera. તેમના પત્ની પ્રજ્ઞાબેન અને પુત્રી કલ્પનાબેનના પોર્ટ્રેટ તેમણે સર્જ્યા. શશિકાંતભાઈ પોતાના બાળકોને પણ કેમેરાનો ઉપયોગ કરતા અને પોતાના રોજિંદા જીવનને કેમેરામાં કેદ કરવા પ્રોત્સાહિત કર્યા. With growing times and continued interest, you can also see a small collection of cameras collected over time. અહીંયા તમે પરિવારના અલગ અલગ સદસ્યો દ્વારા પાડેલા એમના મનગમતા વિષયો પર ફોટોગ્રાફ્સ જોઈ શકો છો. The city of Bhavnagar was also visited by many traveling photographers. Jaganbhai was one of them. Principally a documentary photographer for Gandhiji and his movements in India. From his early days, he was associated with Mahesh Pattani, and their friendship spanned almost 2 decades. His portraits and posed photographs of Mahesh Pattani taken between the period of 1930 and 55 are of notable value. Khanderao Naik was the Bhavnagar state photographer in the early 1880s. Through his lens, he chronicled the changing times of the city through photography, highlighting the shift from a town to a city. The portfolio has documented various buildings being constructed which are now considered historical monuments and landmarks in the city. The practice of documenting the everyday life of city has been carried forward by modern-day photography studios. The collections of Niranjan Studio, Manohar Studio, Prince Studio, and a few others are of utmost importance to understand contributions in collating the city's forgotten history. Each careful frame of a studio begs the question if a continuously clicking camera shutter of a phone will capture our living history just as effectively. Similar to photography, filmmaking was also an expensive affair. In the next room, we discover more about how a film company came into being in the 1920s.